To the Miller time.
Miller Time Podcast.
Miller Time Podcast. People of color redefining success.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in.
Yes.
This is our first episode, and we are so excited.
Your life is about to be changed right now.
It's about to be blessed. About to be changed.
So whatever you're listening to this on, whether it be on your phone or Alexa or Google or Chromecast or anything else, YouTube, I don't know, just go ahead and sit back and relax because your life is about to be changed.
Enjoy this 3-hour flight to New York.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be
never
the
happens.
Most relaxing flight. It's about to be first class. First time you sit in first class, they give you those warm nuts, and you're like, what? I've been missing out on this all my whole life? That's how you're about to feel right now.
I've never been in first class.
Well, right now you're feeling that.
Okay.
Warm nuts.
Lord, this is how we begin.
All right, here we are. So, we want to tell you all about our podcast. We've been super excited to do this podcast. We've been thinking about it all our lives. And now here we are at this point recording this. And so we want to tell you what this podcast is all about.
Yeah.
Again, I forgot to tell you, my name is Patrick Miller. And this is my beautiful curly hair, big lipped, light skin, decently nice sized forehead.
Wow.
And beautiful freckles spread across her face. Courtney.
Thank you.
Miller.
Thank you. Wow. Such an introduction. I'm just blown away.
Oh, yes, you are.
So let's just tell you guys what this podcast is about. So as you heard in our tagline, people of color redefining success, we are all about people of color because, one, we are people of color, but we care about other people of color.
Yes, we do.
So as I'm sure a lot of us as people of color have experienced that there has been a narrative of what success looks like, which has been created by dominant society. And we often have had to follow that, either forced or even unconsciously. And so we're really passionate about just providing this space to be able to share our stories, share insights, and even resources to be able to redefine success and share what that has looked like for our lives and also the lives of people around us.
Yeah.
And we also are super excited. We're going to be doing a lot of interviews with really successful people that we are blessed to be in connection and fellowship with. We're going to be talking about what strategies they use to be able to find success in the multiple arenas of their lives. And most of all, we want to be able to share tools and experiences to be able to help you guys to be able to find success in your lives.
Absolutely. I mean, the whole reason why you should be listening to this podcast is one, because this podcast is going to give you the skills that you need. We're going to give you amazing takeaways. I'm talking about things that you're going to be able to apply to your life the moment you stop listening to this podcast.
Yeah, like right now.
Like right now. Go ahead and stop and apply it.
Apply it. Everything we just said, apply it.
Go for it. And the third thing you're going to be able to do is you're going to be able to have the mindset that is needed for you to be able to create the success you need in your life. So when you walk out of this podcast, you're going to be educated, you're going to be inspired, and you are going to be motivated to make change immediately.
Right.
And that's all going to start when you start to get the skills you need, when you learn how to apply this stuff right away, because it's not just enough to have skills, but you got to know how to apply it.
Wisdom.
That's good. That's good. And you also need to have the right mindset. A lot of times we don't even realize that in order for us to be successful, we got to have the right mindset. People love saying it, is that you have the same amount of hours in your day that Oprah Winfrey has in her day. What makes you and Oprah Winfrey different
is I'm not Oprah.
Is you're not Oprah. You weren't named Oprah. Is that she has a different type of mindset, and that's what makes the millions.
Right.
So,
and really with the mindset, overall, we want you guys to be able to develop confidence that you can pursue and achieve success in any area of your life.
Absolutely.
And we really believe that this is for everybody. Like, this podcast is not just, if you happen to be entrepreneurial in Silicon Valley and make $100K, because I don't make that kind of money and I don't live in Silicon Valley.
Right.
But we really believe that anyone could benefit from this podcast, and this podcast is especially for POC, people of color, because we really want to challenge the narrative that we've digested. Ooh, digest. That's visual. Digested about what success. I know, that was really funny. What success looks like for us, and to be able to create new narratives about what success can look like for you.
Absolutely.
And to be able to really just, I guess, cater to those people that are really looking for, how do I find success in my life? Yeah. Like, what does success look like in my relationship?
Right. What does success look like in my health?
Ooh. What does success look like in my business?
Right. What does success look like in my finances?
Ooh. What does success look like in my education when I paid $100,000 for this bachelor degree and I still can't find a job?
All this debt and I'm working at Starbucks.
Yeah. This is for all you guys.
This is for everybody. So this literally can apply to you, your mama, your daddy, your dog, your cat, your nephew.
I don't know about your goldfish though.
Yeah, no, definitely not goldfish. They're not smart enough.
But an octopus, offense. If you have a pet octopus, they're one of the most intelligent animals in the whole wide world. You should watch some videos on YouTube.
Wait, how did you know that?
My supervisor actually told me during supervision last week that he is just so fascinated with octopus, and I should never order paella because octopus.
I love paella.
I know, but
we had that at our wedding.
I told him. He was like, "You ordered it with octopus?" And I was like, probably.
I don't know there was octopus in it.
Whatever. I wish there was.
Back to the...
Okay, anyway.
Let's get back to... Sorry about that, y'all.
So this is for everyone with pet octopus. Octopi. Yes. Is that the plural? Whatever. Yes, octopi. Okay.
This is for everybody, but especially our people of color. We want you to be able to have the resources, and we want you to be able to have the skills necessary to find success. So this is for you. This is for you. But before we get into all of that, we definitely want to let you know about us. I know you're wondering, wow, who are these... who are these amazing podcast people that I'm hearing with the one with the raspy voice that sounds sensual?
Wow.
And that other guy who has an amazing sense of humor.
Wow.
Who are these people? Let's tell you about who we are. We are Black. Christian.
We Christian.
Millennials.
We millennial.
That are business owners.
We own stuff.
Out of the Bay Area.
Yay, area.
I'm from Oakland, though.
And wait, did we say we're married?
Oh, we are married.
We're not friends.
We're not friends.
I mean, we are friends.
We are friends with benefits.
With benefits.
And a contract.
And insurance. And a contract. But yes, we Black, we millennial, we Christian, we business owners, we're married, and we're from the Bay Area.
And we are, we've been married, well... Right now, this is, we're probably about 3 years. We're about to be 3 years. We're about to be 3 years.
Wow.
In September 2019, we will be 3 years married.
Together for 5 years.
We've been together for 5 years. We've known each other forever. We've been really good friends. Grew up in the same church. Our grandparents worked on BART together, which is the Bay Area
rapid
transit system in the Bay Area of California. They worked on it. They were the ones who put it in. So when you ride on those BART trains, our grandparents did that.
Say thank you, Papa James and Papa Patrick.
And then later on down the line, we were begotten. And then we came into the scene, and we were friends for a long time, enemies for a short time, and then good friends again. And then we got married.
Crazy how that transition happened.
So we're going to be bringing you the real. You're going to hear about our lives, what it's like to be black, what it's like to be millennials, what it's like to be Christians, what it's like to be business owners. We're going to be doing this podcast for you, and we are going to be consistent.
Ooh, yeah, this is going to be a challenge, but we going to do it. We committed.
Yeah.
We signed a handshake and a contract. Wait, you can't sign a handshake.
You can't sign a handshake.
We said we were going to do this for you because we love you guys.
Yes, definitely. So we're going to be consistent in doing this podcast. We've made a commitment that when we do this podcast, we're going to put it out weekly. That means every Monday morning, you guys are going to be getting a podcast from us, launched straight from your people. It will be an opportunity for you to get that Monday motivation. So if you love us thus far and you want to continue to hear the work that we're doing and the things that we're going to be teaching about and talking about and all the guests that we're going to bring on, we would love it so much if you would just go ahead, like, subscribe, comment, share, and email us. Whatever you gotta do. So whatever you listen to, whether it be Spotify, whether it be Apple Music, iTunes,
Google,
all those other little platforms out there, please just go ahead and subscribe, share. That would be super helpful because we're doing this for the free. And so the more people that can get out there, the more excited we'll be, and the more people will be able to get on our show to give you more information and drop you some more knowledge and wisdom.
Right.
Yeah. So, let's get into this and let's talk about. I guess what we should talk about is why we're doing this,
right?
And what made us want to start a podcast. Like we said, we are Black millennial Christian business owners, and so we got a lot. My wife being in school right now for her doctorate program. Yeah, she's intelligent, y'all. She is an intelligent Black woman.
Trying to make some strides.
Right. So we got a lot going on. Why in the world would we decide to start a podcast? Well, babe, I'll let you tell them.
Yeah. I think it's really important to have representation. Being people of color, I think we are able to see when it comes to what the definition of success looks like. You often see a white man with a weird smile in a business suit staring out of a white window on top of a tower that looks like the Salesforce tower.
We're not coming for you, Tony Robbins.
It's real. So as a little Black girl, when I'm thinking of what does success look like, I gotta talk white, I gotta look white, I gotta dress white, and I gotta really sound educated because that's what gets me success. And so, I mean, that will open up a whole nother conversation in itself. Why is it that being white is equated with being successful?
And Courtney's had to deal with a lot with that, especially with her hair. She has very, very curly, long hair. And for a long time, she didn't want to wear her hair curly because she was told it looked ugly.
Yeah, I was told it was nappy and too kinky and I should just wear my hair straight because it's super cute. But guess what? I haven't straightened my hair God knows how long because it's unhealthy for my hair. And I love my hair natural and big and crazy and unruly because that's who I am.
That is who you are.
And my husband embraces my natural self.
Yes, I do. I put my face in it.
Okay. Yes, so representation. Yes, we want this podcast to provide representation of having faces of people of color that look like you all.
Faces and voices on the podcast, I guess.
Oh.
Unless you're looking at our icon. Is it an icon? No, it's our
podcast artwork.
Yeah, our podcast artwork.
You can be looking at us.
Just look at that while we talk, please.
We want to be able to do videos too, so you guys will be able to see facial expressions and the people that we interview. So that's in the works. But for now, hearing some Black voices and knowing that we are in this journey with you all, and that the way that people of color pursue success is unique to us, and we can create that and represent that together.
Yeah, definitely.
Tell them about what else.
Yeah.
Why else are we doing it?
Well, I think more than anything, we love people. That's one of the big things. We love people. We are
loving
people.
Loving the crew.
That was beautiful. We love people. We've always, everything that we've done has been about people and helping people.
Yeah.
Starting our business, our volunteer work. We go out and feed the homeless. In fact, today we are actually out working with the homeless today, or not working with the homeless, but we were giving out clothes and stuff like that, and
praying for people.
With a friend of ours, Hazel. She started an organization called Generation in Action.
Plug.
Yeah, you got to pay us for this, Hazel. But yeah, she started this organization. She's going out into the homeless communities in Oakland, because there's a lot of homeless communities out there. Houseless. They have homes, but they're not houses. And there's a lot of people out there who are not being taken care of by the government, and the government is displacing them and moving them out of Oakland. And so Hazel is out there fighting the good fight and giving out clothes and stuff like that, and we love being a part and helping in that way,
supporting our friends.
And so, like, whatever we can do to serve people, honestly, we just want to see people successful. A lot of our lives and a lot of my life, I've seen people struggle, whether it be my grandparents, my parents, aunties, and uncles. I've seen hardship, and I've seen struggles, and I've seen debt, and I've seen a lot of bondage.
Yeah.
And I hate it. And we want to see people be free. We want to see people thriving. Exactly. We want to see people living their extraordinary life. Yes. That is our goal in life, is to come across every person we come across, that they will be living their extraordinary life.
Yes.
So that's why we do what we do. And we hope that you guys feel our passion, and you feel that we're excited about what we're doing as well.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think it's also important that we broadcast alternatives to success, because as we see, speaking just from the Black experience, that success often looks like if you got like a $20 million contract with the NBA, or if you happen to sign under Beyonce. And, it's either in the music industry or athletics, and I'm sure there's a couple others that Black bodies dominate. Yeah. But it tends to be performance related and not intelligence related.
Yeah.
And so we want to show some alternatives to also say, hey, actually, we dominate in this, and we can actually be the best in this. And so really, with telling these stories, sharing all of this, it's really just to provide accessibility. It's really hard, I think, to come by information about people of color that are doing things and not getting shot on TV or, criminal. Just that is what we are seeing and broadcasted very without any shame. You will definitely see a lot of people of color on the news for things that we are accused of doing wrong, but we want to show and promote information and experiences and stories that are people of color thriving and being successful.
Absolutely.
And doing things that no one ever thought we could do and making moves.
Yeah, definitely. And we want to be able to give out free information.
Yeah.
Like, this is free information. This is education. This is an opportunity. We should always be learning. We should always be growing. And we are excited to be able to bring just free education in a way that feels good, sounds good, and it looks and it sounds like you.
Yeah.
That's one of the biggest things.
Right.
Yeah.
So with all of that, we want to let you know what you can expect. Like, what are some topics that we're going to talk about on this podcast? What are we going to talk about?
Well, one of the first things that are huge for us, which we will talk about probably on our next episode, is this whole philosophy we have around BSPF, which is Brace, Spark, Purpose, Flow. But just to give you the gist of it, a lot of our topics are going to focus around relationships, because we believe that no one is successful by themselves.
Nobody.
That you need someone to help you be successful.
Right.
And so we are so for good and healthy relationships. And so we want to talk about, one, how do we build relationships with maybe a significant other, someone that we're interested in, something we want to build a relationship with or even romance with, plutonic.
You say else? Plutonic?
Plutonic, what's the word? Platonic. Platonic. Plutonic.
It's okay.
It's plutonic.
I love you. I love you.
See, look, I just learned something new today. Anyway, platonic relationships. We also want to talk about entrepreneurial. We want to talk about your career.
Family.
We want to talk about family. All these different things. A lot of times that we don't really have conversations and learn skills about how to develop these types of relationships. And so a lot of times you can see people of color suffering in this area.
Right.
We want to talk about these and bring, shed some light on this and also bring some skills around this. We want to go into mindsets.
Yes.
Like we said earlier, a lot of times people don't even realize how big mindsets impact your decisions in your life. So the way that you think will impact what you do. There's a famous quote that says, be careful of your thoughts because they impact your words. Be careful of your words because they impact your actions. Be careful of your actions because they impact your habits. Be careful of your habits because they impact your destiny.
Yes.
And so a lot of people don't even realize it, but what you think will change
your destiny.
Your destiny, for sure, and your life.
Yeah.
So we want to talk about that. And
then connected to our destiny, we want to talk about purpose.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is something that a lot of people know us for, always talking about purpose and how to walk in purpose, how to discover your purpose. What does it look like when you're not walking in purpose? What does it feel like? Mm-hmm. We really care about getting people activated and even elevated in their purpose. Mm-hmm. And to us, that is like the best job ever, being able to get people activated in that, because we know that changes people's destinies and the decisions they make.
And it even gets people, you can convince people to join you once they understand your purpose. Like, you can talk about your purpose so well that people are like, hey, I want to help you. I want to give you resources, focus, attention, whatever. Like, I want to help you because you've communicated your purpose in a way that is like so powerful.
Let's do an example.
Okay.
What if I'm like, okay, I'm about to start a business.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be the person I'm trying to get money from.
Okay. Go for it.
Hey, so I'm wanting to start a business. Mm-hmm. And I want to like sell stuff and like help people. And I want to make some money so I can give you money. And I promise it's going to make a lot of return. So, yeah. Can you, like, give me $100K?
That was painful. No, thank you.
Okay. Now, guys, let me show and tell how we are able to communicate our purpose. And let's see if our investor wants to change his decision.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Hey, my name is Courtney. How are you?
I'm good.
You know, regardless of how you're doing, I'm doing great because I'm walking in my purpose. And let me tell you my purpose. Okay. My purpose is to empower people to create their extraordinary lives. Okay. And the way that I do that is by having a business named CoCo Miller Life, where we envision people where they're able to create positive change in the world and to be able to create fulfilling, rewarding lives, where this positive change will create a whole impact in the whole world. Would you like to donate to my business?
Okay. Okay.
Just an example.
That was good. I like that. You did good. I was worried.
That's a real mission.
I'm not erasing this from the podcast. You messed up.
That was one take, guys. One take.
They gonna know what you did. And another thing we're gonna talk about.
That was amazing. Really, I know.
Another thing we're gonna talk about is skills, which my wife has skills.
Skills.
And we're gonna talk about skills, and we're gonna talk about how you can tap into your skills and use the skills that you have that are native to you and use those to help you find success. A lot of times we want to focus on developing skills that we don't have and finding skills.
I need to learn how to code.
Right, exactly. Like, no. Like
that's where the money is.
We want to help you use the skills you have that you don't need to worry about learning how to code, that you can find the right person that can code, but your skill will actually play a huge, significant part.
Yeah.
And so we want to help you develop those skills and know what those skills are and learn how to find those skills, develop those skills, and use those skills in a way that's going to be impactful to your purpose.
Right.
Which is huge.
Just... since I am in clinical psychology, it's really important for us to be empowered in our strengths. It's so easy in our culture to compare ourselves and say, well, I don't have this skill and I'm not good at this. I don't know how to market. I don't know how to speak in front of people, so I can't be a business owner. But maybe you know how to do accounting like nobody's business, or maybe you know how to really organize. Maybe you know how to really like build sustainable relationships with people.
Yeah.
Strength-based work in psychology is really being able to empower people to focus on their strengths and allow them to focus so much on those strengths and utilize them to also be able to help them overcome what they call risk factors, which are basically the things that, you know, are either harmful or weaknesses or things like this. So we really want to empower you all to discover those skills, empower yourself in those skills, and use those skills to be able to help you overcome any challenges that come your way.
And I think what's really cool, I think even like what you're saying is, I think a lot of times people think about psychology and they think about the work of psychology as like problematic. Like if I have a problem, then I go to get therapy and talk about this. But a lot of the stuff that you're talking about is really being able to take, like use psychology and use that in a way that helps people actually go just beyond just, oh, like, is there a problem? Now deal with this problem. But like, even if I'm perfectly healthy, if I'm perfectly healthy, like, how can you empower me to even go beyond where I am now? And I think that's a lot of the stuff that we're going to be talking about, especially with the mindsets piece and the skills about like, how do we use psychology in the way that we think, the mind, to empower us to be able to find success, and not just find success, actually create the success that we want. Right. A lot of times we think that success has already been established and there's already a standard of success. But if we can reshape our mind and really become innovators, then now we can actually like design success for ourselves in a way that hasn't been seen before. Yeah.
And I'll bring in some research for those that are like, is this research driven? Where's the evidence? I'm going to bring some research in.
We're going to bring the facts, okay? We're going to bring the facts.
We ain't just speaking la la la. We speaking da da da. What? The truth. Man, I'm on a roll today.
Oh my gosh. So, again, we're super excited about doing this, and we hope that you are too. We will be giving away a lot of resources, a lot of information, a lot of tools. We will be giving you stuff that we will literally design just for this podcast. Yeah. And so you'll probably be getting it first before we even implement it even to our business and with the teams that we coach, whether it be Dream Team or one-on-one. So you'll be getting a lot of good information, and which is why we're going to be committed to being consistent and putting this out every week so that we can really spend some time to really getting together our research and the information that we have. Right. So again, for people who are listening and like, should I continue to follow this podcast?
What makes this podcast different from all the other 75 that I'm subscribed to, but I never listen to past 1 minute because they're boring and I tune out, and then I'd rather just listen to some Kanye?
Yes, that. So, what would make us different is one. Thank you. You are awesome tonight.
Oh, I'm funny.
But okay. What makes us different is one, we are young people of color. Like, the truth is, like, we're just like you. We're just like anybody else out there. Like, there's no difference between you and I. The truth is that we're just like you, and we want to be able to bring stories from someone who looks like you, and we want to be able to bring perspective from someone who's just like you. And so it is so important that we show up in our real way and we be who we are, so that you can really get to know us and see that we just like you. We family.
We family. And with sharing a lot of stories and experiences that we've been through, we just want to show you guys that as ordinary people, we are trying to pursue success just like everybody else. Mm-hmm. And not only are we just trying to pursue success through the stories and things that we want to share, like, we've had a lot of wins. We want to be able to share those with you all. With being young and married, that is not easy. Yeah. It's super fun, but it ain't easy.
At 25.
I got married at 22 and
25 and 26.
No, you're 26.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. He robbed the cradle, y'all. He robbed it. So we've been on this journey individually and collectively of pursuing success. Right. And we've had some gains that we want to be able to share how we got here, but we're still not where we want to be. So we're still on the journey. Mm-hmm. But we have been able to use and discover some tools that have helped us to be successful. Mm-hmm. And we want to teach those to you all. Mm-hmm. We want to be able to share up to this point what has gotten us to where we are and what we believe will continue moving us to where we want to be. Yeah. And also, we're going to be learning new tools and skills along the way with you guys, because we don't just want to stay where we're at. We believe there's more we can learn. And
always growing.
Right. And as we're learning more, we want to share and teach you all in our process.
Yeah, definitely. Another thing that makes us different, a lot of times, there are a lot of great Christian podcasts out of here, and that's awesome, and we love to see that. And us being Christians, we believe that it isn't just, we don't want to just put out a Christian podcast, and this isn't necessarily a Christian podcast, but we are Christian people, very Christian.
We love the Lord.
And we want to show what that looks like in a real way. Like, what does it look like to be Christians and
in the marketplace?
Yeah, in the marketplace and living life, and like just ordinary people who are living their lives but just happen to love God. Right. We love Jesus.
We love him.
So being that, and also we have, I would say, like, our success in our marriage has been a huge thing, because a lot of people get blown away by our young marriage, like how we got married young. And also, I would say that our ability to develop relationships has been like really instrumental in our success. Yes. And that was our ability to develop relationships with each other, our ability to develop relationships with people who were where we wanted to be, and also to surround ourselves with people that were on their way to success as well. Right. And because of that, we were able to find a lot of good success in our marriage. And we believe that our ability to develop relationships will be useful to anybody out there, that you can apply to any area of your life. And the last one is, we are just ordinary people.
Sing the song, babe.
Oh, yeah. All right, y'all. So sometimes I sound like John Legend. So
Patrick sings.
I don't sing, but I sound like John Legend.
Sing it.
I hear you. We're just ordinary people. See that? It's all in the vibrato.
Wow.
Wait, what's the word?
We don't know.
We don't know which way to go.
Oh, wow. I'm in the room with John Legend.
We're just ordinary people.
Wow.
Maybe we should take it slow. Take it slow.
Take it slow.
It's time to take it slow. It's all in the vibrato.
I'm amazed.
Anyway, I
married an artist.
I hope we don't. You think he'll like come after us for singing his song on our podcast?
Yeah, he probably will.
He's like, they getting famous. I need some money. You sing my song. But we're just ordinary people
living extraordinary lives.
Extraordinary lives. And what we mean by that is we don't have some fat house, some mansion. We live in the Bay Area where it is super expensive.
Super.
We live in a 2-bedroom apartment.
Owned by my grandparents.
Owned by her grandparents, which is the only reason why we
got that good rent.
The only reason why we can afford it is because we happen to just be blessed by great grandparents.
Otherwise, we'd be in Kansas with Patrick's family, living like Dorothy.
We would, but because of these skills, we have been able to find success in ways that have helped us to find. I would say just helped us to live an extraordinary life. And it's great. We don't have any wants. We don't have any lacks. And we believe that you can be the same, that you can be ordinary people who live extraordinary lives.
Right. Yeah. So some of you may be thinking, well, what's an extraordinary life? What do you guys define as success? We're going to get into all of that.
All of that.
All of it. But for now, this is the first episode of the Miller Time Podcast. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for subscribing. Mm-hmm. Thank you for just being you, because you a person of color.
Right. And we hope that if you really love this podcast and you really like it, you will also subscribe.
And share.
Share. You will download it. Take it with you wherever you need to go. Play it for your friends.
Yes.
Play it for your mama and your dog and your cat.
And your grandma.
And your grandma. And share. Just really, we would love it so much. Again, we want to be as vulnerable and as open as possible. And we want to really make you all family. And we hope that you see us as family. And so, support, and we'll support you. And we hope to see you next week on our first actual episode of
the Miller Time Podcast.
The Miller Time Podcast.
Miller. Love you guys.